Alright, so as you can tell from the thumbnail, that's right, the supercharger has to be removed again. Right now I'm not going to go into the full detail as to why I'm removing the supercharger. Later on in the video, I'll go ahead and give a little bit of a detail as to why I have to remove it.
A few moments later.
Alright, as promised, it's later in the video, and the reason why I am removing the supercharger is because I'm gonna sell it. And so as far as what's gonna happen next with the car, and that's the biggest question my wife actually had for me, because she was telling me I spent all this time to get the car put together so I can drive it, just to take it apart again. So welcome to the married life. As of right now, I'm not gonna go into actual full detail what's gonna happen next with the car. I'm gonna kind of leave that as a little foreshadowing as to what's to come. There's only a few people that know what's gonna happen with the car. It's obviously the people that are involved that are gonna know that's what the next project with this car is, and obviously myself and also my wife. All right, here is the last video footage of this supercharger on my car. The next time that this supercharger is installed, it will be on the new owner's car. Just for old time's sakes, I'm gonna go ahead and do one last startup with this car, with this kit, because next time this car turns on, it's gonna be a little bit better. Not a little bit better, way better. So here is what it sounds like inside the car. Unfortunately, I didn't really get to enjoy too much using the new cluster. So if you saw my last video where I did like a little DIY on how I installed the new cluster, this is what it looks like. I'm super happy how this thing came out. It looks beautiful. It's like definitely like a masterpiece for sure how this thing came out. But yeah, so this cluster will actually get to enjoy it more with the next chapter of the car, with next chapter of this car's life. So I'm definitely excited to finally actually go on the streets with this new cluster. Not that it's going to add any more horsepower, but it would be nice if it did, but just to have a little more pizzazz when driving. And then the last audio recording of this, with this setup, with this car, on this car I mean, with the supercharger on it. So I get one more last audio clip. That's like a bittersweet moment for sure, but as mentioned, I'm very excited for the next chapter for this car. The first thing I'm removing is the fuel pump fuse, because I don't want to accidentally, like, say, turn it on while the, you know, obviously I have the fuel rails, you know, open to atmosphere and be spraying fuel all over the place. So first things first, when it comes to removing the supercharger, what I'm going to do is go ahead and remove the headlights, and then go ahead and remove the bumper, and then put, you know, the rad support here in service mode. That update on the process so far. So I have always the front bumper removed, the headlights removed. I have it in service mode right now. So I go in ahead, remove both coolant lines on this side and on this side. So right now I'm just letting the coolant dry before I start removing the supercharger itself. So the next thing is I'm go ahead and remove the belt, and then obviously the pulleys that come with the kit, and then from there I'm gonna start, you know, moving, like, you know, little connectors here and there, working my way from the front engine over to the rear part of the engine. Got the supercharger off, air filter, all that stuff is all off. So I went ahead, put some towels in there, taped it up so no gunk or whatever dirt gets into the valve covers, but making pretty good progress. All the coolant for the supercharger is now emptied. There's still some, you know, obviously in the heat exchanger portion, and I'm sure there's still some in the reservoir, but so I'm gonna call it a break for today, and then when I get time the following day, or the next time I get some time, I'll go ahead and continue disassembling with the supercharger. So obviously the next thing will be, you know, the oil filter, the relocation of the oil filter housing, and also some minor things, you know, the auto tensioner and stuff like that. A lot of the, you know, some of the coolant hoses as well. But I think I got the major part, which is the supercharger itself, removed, and obviously the front heat exchanger, along with the power steering heat exchanger as well. So yeah, making some pretty good progress, and we'll see when I get time again to continue disassembling the kit. It's another day, and today I'm going to continue on disassembling the kit. So what I got going on today is I'm going to go ahead and start removing the heat exchanger, the power steering cooler, and kind of mentioned before the oil cooler, and do like any little miscellaneous stuff, and then the water pump, the things that I can access with the engine as I'm now with the engine, how the car sits right now. And then towards the very end, I'm going to go ahead and lift up the car, and then I'll go ahead and remove the driver's side wheel, because that's where the reservoir is for the coolant for the kit is. Got the front heat exchanger mounted. Right now I have it on the this little drain pan right now, because right now I'm going to go ahead remove these two lines, which is for the power steering, so I can let the power steering fluid just fall into here. While that is happening, I'm going to go ahead and start getting like the auto tensioner stuff. That's still right there. Went ahead, removed the heat exchanger, and then also the power steering. And right now I have the power steering line still connected. So these lines are part of the kit, but I'm going to leave these on just to get any last minute, power steering off. Got the auto tensioner off, and I have it right here. So it's definitely, good. And again, I did modify this by putting a longer bolt. In the time since I have had this, it did not budge at all, because I did mark it just to see if this thing was going to loosen up in time. Because now, if this will pick it up, how it the threads are all being utilized on the little auto tensioner. And then the bolt here that comes with it, here is the mount, and then this little long bolt is the one that goes in here with the spacer right here on the back side. And then this one goes on the lower part of the alternator. I got the water pump disconnected, removed the hose that goes from here to the heat exchanger. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave the water pump on. Go ahead and remove it once I get the line, because this line right here goes to the reservoir. So I went ahead and did that. So I'll wait to do that. I went ahead and disconnect the connector, this ground connection, which actually connects to right up here. So I won't be able to go ahead and remove this all the way because I have this like tucked in through behind the oil pan. And so it's just so this doesn't say when I'm driving this thing, even though I have the, obviously the belly cover on, but I don't want this, didn't want this line to be dragging, because it actually cuts across the engine from the backside, like I said, by the behind the oil pan. So I won't be able to do that yet, because I'll have to lift up the car and then be able to get to that, because that route's behind on the lower end of the engine, and then I have it coming out right here. Also from the fuel, the water pump relay, there's a wire here that's spliced in here for what's for the headlight. So this you can see with the duct tape. So I'm going to unwrap this duct tape, unsplice it, and then obviously disconnect these two little terminals that go to the ground and then to the positive terminal on the battery. Next, I'm going to go ahead and remove the oil filter housing, because this relocation kit is part of the kit. So I'm going to go ahead, open up the cap, remove the oil filter, and then suck out any oil that's in there, because I don't want to go ahead remove this and all oil, however much oil is in here to be falling out, because I don't want to get this engine all covered in oil, especially when you get oil or coolant stuck in here. It takes a while to get it really good cleaned out. So and I want to maintain it nice and clean, so that will be my next step. Got the oil filter housing and the relocation bracket off. So right now I'm gonna call that a day. So the next time I get to work on the car, I'm gonna go ahead and lift up the car, remove the passenger side wheel, and be able to get the reservoir, any remaining coolant lines from the supercharger, the water pump relay from underneath, and then obviously the water pumps. I'm gonna leave the water pump down below for the time being. But yeah, they're definitely making some pretty good progress when it comes to removing this kit. It's been a few weeks since I've been able to work on the car, but now that I am back, I'm able to get back on the car, remove the last remaining parts of the kit completely off of the car. Fingers crossed I can do it today, but if not, I'll have to come back another day and finish the job. I got the wheel off, so now I'm gonna go ahead and remove this liner right here. and once I remove it, I'll be able to go ahead and remove the reservoir, which sits right behind this area right here. All right, the liner is off now, so you can see right here, this right here is the reservoir, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. Before I remove that, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this hose to get any last drips of fluid, that's coolant I mean, in here. And then you can see where the line runs back there to right this T connection, and from here up is where the fill port is that goes right here. So I'll be able to finally get that, and then from that T connection right here, this will run to the water pump, and I'll be able to go ahead and remove the water pump, which sits right there. So easy peasy lemon squeezy. Here is the remaining part of the lines are finally out. So this right here is where the hot water comes out from the supercharger, the top part of the reservoir, and this right here is the breather hose right here with the cap. And from there it goes to the bottom part of the reservoir to this T connection, and that's where the fill port is. And then follow the line right here, and this is where the water pump goes, and from the water pump it goes to the heat exchanger. But yep, that is the whole rest of the lines right there. Here's the water pump relay. It's finally all out. So now that everything is now out of the car, just like that, everything that's part of the VF supercharger kit is off the car now. So the next steps I'm going to be doing now is going to have to double check and make sure every part I did remove, every part double check, make sure even the screws are all that came with the kit go with the kit as well. So the next step is going to be for me to go ahead after doing that, checking everything's good, is to start packaging it up and shipping it out. So it's definitely going to be not newish to me shipping things out, especially something that's heavy. So so the thing is, when I got the kit, it came in 2 separate boxes, so I'm gonna see if I can make it all in one bigger box and see how shipping is gonna work. But overall, I'll just figure that out once I cross that bridge. But so right now, what the next thing for this car, the next chapter of this car is gonna be mentioned in the next video. I'm not gonna go into detail what I'll be doing, with the exception of the people that are involved know what's gonna be happening here soon. So I'm super excited for the next chapter of this car's life. And yeah, so with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.